Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr in the next mission of the priority assignment, this time at 84. So let's see whether we are going to make that. I hope. A venerable Imperial General is putting the military effort in jeopardy by reckless heroics. He's refusing to lead from the back and hellbent on attacking an installation crawling with cultist random order data, so prognosticate a heavy setback if the general dies. So it's, I think, the same briefing as in the last episode, so let's go on. Objective: exterminate all opposition before the general rises to the side.
Thousand worlds, 100,000 walls. There is no respite. There is nowhere to hide. Across the galaxy, there is only war.
And of course, in these situations like here, I think it is splendid that if you not have seen the last episode, we have a wonderful new debuff, or not debuff, but buff on it through the survival skill tree. Of course, it is the usual thing. I am not certain of all whether that is the correct thing to go after, but we can take a look what I mean in a second. We basically get plus damage unasked. During the suppression resistance is green, and there we get plus 1.5 damage bonus, and I think that is even doubled, so it is the 3, and that is very good, especially in situations like this one here, where we just where we are not intensively losing our suppression rating. I don't know against the end targets of such a map where we are oftentimes down in suppression, whether then it is working out there as well, but we will find that out very soon. But of course, it's good as well, we have plus 3% movement speed. I know overall that is not much, but I think it is better, or yes, that's what I wanted to say, better than nothing. There's still a guy, there's a guy, let's kill them both. Both exploded. Oh goodness, okay, no. That is going to be a hard fight. The grenade, I think, was much needed. And this Psyker here could, of course, be a hellish problem. As you see, we have already lost a lot of HP. I don't know whether it was through her or through the guys flanking her, but that is now not very good. So at least these are gone. So that brings me to the point that we basically, or that we should, I think, oh my goodness, 50,000 HP again, that we might have to invest in something like, oh, that is insane, of course. So let's get close to her, let's get in here. So she's down to 30,000 HP, good for us. Grenade hit, I think, was splendid, although it did not do much, not as much as I wanted it. And now I think there's now a very bad combination, but to be honest, isn't that what we all want in a game? Not being as easy as picking a flower from the field, just, you know, have a tonload of enemies facing you, being not able to kill them off all quickly, and having to kite them a tinsy little bit. That is actually what I would have liked from this game more often. In the end, it is making a lot of fun. But I have to say, of course, it came only through all those reinforcements, and as good as it is a oh my goodness, are you bloody kidding me? She's already up in HP. So these are down. That means we get a teensy little bit of support here. Okay, these guys then quickly fall as well. Oh goodness, let me in the bubble of doom, so to say. And then I can solely focus on this bad boy here. Jump pack taken, always good. It regenerates our health. Reload. I don't want to be hit. Oh, I hate that bubble. But good that that she is not using her radar ability inside this little bubble. I think that is one ability which has not worked, or which is not working for long, the damage reduction there. So I would like to know whether the little fog, which is bloody following us, whether it is doing damage to her as well. That would be, of course, where we need. But she is nearly down. 5,000 HP only. 1,500 down she is. Goodness, that was a hard fight. Let's get out of the explosion. And all of them survived. Good. And I can tell you one thing, guys. I hope we are not going to face a red enemy again on this map. As you see, it is time consuming. Of course, not the hardest fights of all, but in the end quite time consuming. A few of them at least down. Let me focus on the warp guy here. These guys are basically doing the most damage to us. Overall, I have to say, we may, or it may be better if we, all of them down, go after, or not after, but for some warp resistance, because we are not oftentimes facing psychic enemies, but every time we face them, they are quite heavily taking a toll on our health points, probably more than all the other guys, like the close combat guys. So we need to be not careful, but very intriguing. Is that the right word here? So let's kill off this guy. And then these guys. Nice. Goners in a second as well. Good. Nicely done. I'll jump in there. Well, at least, no, we did not kill off anyone, but I did not expect that. Maybe with the second try. Let's try to kill off one of the... Oh, did he do... Yes, he killed one of his own guys. That is always a wonderful thing, isn't it? And there you can see, that is the splendid part right now. We are not losing suppression, at least not heavily, but we are losing health. Still, as we are in the green range with the suppression resistance plus damage, and that is what I want overall. So gone he is. This guy will fall in a second too. Alright, gone. Main implant, I glad. Okay, I have not seen him camouflaged like hell there. Of course, not on purpose. And that is what I like. I can already say you that. In many episodes where we played at a lower, I want to say lower power rating, but that is not a valid message anymore on, or let's say before the content patch, where we still had a power rating, where I was not probably using the grenades or the extra damage we can do there to its full potential. Shame on me. And now I'm using it a little bit, maybe too aggressive, could you say that? Maybe, just fine with me here. Grenade out, maybe we get another supply drop of one of these, well, heavy hitting large scale enemies. That would be of course very, very amazing. So he's going to not die yet. The Balgrin is going to chop through all the enemies, and that is, maybe I just have not seen the animation before, but nowadays when the, oh goodness, you have to think about one thing. We already have killed 2, I think, so that is 150,000 damage we have just done there. That is quite frankly insane. But I completely forgot to make my point, and I forgot to plot already. I know. I wanted to say I did not use the grenades to its full potential, but overall I'm quite gladly now to rather overuse them and then at some point don't have them available anymore, but at least I use all the damage there we have to its full potential. I think that is quite important in this game. Loading. The Enforcer shall go as well. Nice. And then this Balgrin quickly. Okay, I have to do one. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know whether they were regenerating, but I have the feeling they just did. Under 10,000 years, like to see that. 4,000 it is, very nice as well. And just a couple of bursts here down. He is, come on. Good, good, good. And then he is gone very, very soon as well. So that was not a headshot. Maybe I'm pressing there the shoot button a little too early and not getting out the right spot to aim at, because I'm a little bit of spamming the keys. Maybe that is another point I can work on, but I have to say, whew, that was hard work. So many opponents I have not yet faced in this game. So what does this do again? 3 plus 3 movement speed. Very, very great, I think. And I think you even notice the plus movement speed there. Okay, I for a second thought that it was a Voxcaster or just the beginning of a Voxcaster. I for a second wanted already to shoot at it. That of course would have been so wrong. And that is the good part with the knockback of the jump pack. You can basically knock them down and then use the time where they need to get up for your little advantage. So another nifty hitting Balgrin, but only with 20,000 HP. So my calculation there was a little bit off. If all of them have 20,000 HP, we are of course only at 147 HP. Or damage done overall. Wondering what kind of buff they are actually taking on there. So okay, we already have used. Okay, the headshot was nothing, to be honest, because I just missed aim there. Okay, he's down. Nice, jumping into them. And then we are able to take them realistically down. That is the thing I want to do, to be honest. Okay, he was regenerating through his bloody beam. Shame on you. Oh no, or did he regenerate him? I thought only one would be would have survived there. Okay, that of course I'll take with me. The little Rosario force field, very good. So a nice group again available here to die. Gotta love the grenade, although I'm not certain whether we hurt ourselves with it, or may that just has been a coincidence, or was one container exploding, not sure there. And please stay there, and then this grenade throw may be great, which in my opinion it just was. Oh, press Q. I press Q, I could swear that. Okay, so I guess that means the end for our little guardsman. I maybe should enable the health bars for your allies, because I never know how much HP they are still having. That is oftentimes in situations where we are very bad. But the grenade there was helpful as well. Of course it did not take many of them down, I think none of them, but overall it helped out a lot. This one down there, and they are all nearly completely depleted in HP. Oh come on, why do I always oversee those warlocks? Not good, not good, not good. There's still a little enemy down here, but not for long. Of course I'm going to take this supply, 2 more for our belt. Very nice, but we are nearly through this level. That is, in my opinion, very important. So we are here now down at 15,000 HP. Although I guess the headshot at a enemy with shields up won't be that good. But overall, don't care now. What's done, it's done. But maybe something I should think about in the future. So let's take them down. Okay, somehow they recharged their HP. Not good, very bad. And now we have to do some kiting. Of course, with every priority assignment where I adjust the difficulty and put it a little higher, that always automatically means the missions are going to be a little longer, because we need to not only put more damage into the enemies, but we need to be way more careful than we usually would be against this enemy, because you know, we are more at risk to die, and every death is not good, because when we died 3 times, then the mission is over. And as you can imagine, with a priority assignment, that is a little bit more sickening to your personal feelings than losing a normal mission out there. And what we can do is actually we could try out a few turret mission, which I haven't done for not particularly for a long time, but for the most often time. Okay, I thought that would be very amazing to jump into him and maybe divert or break the animation or the skill of getting in the health potion, but no, that did not work out. So at least the aim shot there did 2000, that is what I want to say, damage to this little guy, which is good. Not going to complain there. Of course, that I all take with me. So a larger group of enemies again. There's a grenade. I think the best thing we can do against this close guys, against those small guys, that is of course working out very good, as well as the splendid jump back.
Loading.
Okay, we are nearly through. I think we are just shy about hitting the 20 enemies remaining mark. And it is a bloody ass sentinel. Don't like that. And yes, not because it is a hard ass enemy, but because
Perseverance favors the bold. Give them more death.
it just takes ages to take this bad boy down. So we are now again in the green, but as we are just shy in the yellow, we are of course not taking a advantage of our suppression. Very bad. But if I'm lucky, normally, and I really say normally, the big if you can call these guys here boss enemies or not, they retreat after a while, and that means they are regenerating, but for the being I have not hit them very much. That means just he can, and all these guys are still following us, so we can take them down for themselves. So he's down to 10,000 HP. I've nearly, no, I want to say I've nearly used all of our inoculators, but in this mission I've used a couple of more of them. Okay, I should reload. I should have reloaded earlier. That is not bad and not good. That is what I want to say. Okay. Just a couple of shots at his health is going down, especially if his suppression resistance is so down. Very good. No, nothing for you, mate. I've overseen an enemy down there. That is bad. So let's jump into here. I put out a grenade. And you see one thing, we are rapidly losing HP. That means I quickly have to take those guys down, because in the end, if we are in such a tight corner, we can quickly die if we can't retreat, and that honestly we don't want. So let's put everything into him. As you see, through his autocannon he can do a lot of damage. But luckily he is not shooting in a rapid range, and that is it. I think this episode is already 18 minutes long. Sorry for that, guys. 20 minutes? Nearly 20 minutes now. At least he's not regenerating. That is one thing I can say is good. Let's then put the plasma weapon to action here. So he's down to 30,000, helps out a lot. So you can see plasma cannon absolutely badass against those guys. More so than the auto gun here, of course. The little bad part is here we only have two inoculators remaining, so that is of course not very nice. But hopefully we don't have to use as many of them. So at 50,000 and 25,000 I of course meant I will now in a second reload first, switch to the plasma cannon. Let's see, 24,000 it was, so let's see how far we can bring him down with one salvo, so to say, before it's overheated, although through the change of the position it is not arguable, but 6,000 it was. Good, not bad. Of course we can't do as much with the autogun. That is what I have expected here. But I should now reload, switch the weapon and just shoot. Even though it is his front, never a good thing. But he's now down to 10,000 HP. Nice. I know. Our suppression was a second long in the yellow. Doesn't matter now.
Target locked.
6,000. Very nice. So we nearly have put it down to 15,000. Yes, that would be not very good. Or if I still would have in mind he can regenerate up to full HP, that would be very, very bad. 3,000 HP it is. 2,000, very, very good.
Target acquired.
And gone he is.
Their demise is your salvation, Inquisitor.
So I do a little cut here and we see ourselves at the last enemy down there. Alter, 45 Minuten für 2 Folgen. Are you fucking joking me, man? And here we are. Nearly, guys. So, oh, I've even never seen some credits right here. Take them. And of course it is a Bulkman. Hate them. Hate those guys. Although only 20,000 HP. Okay, he hit us hard. But now, oh, 8,000. So quickly he will die. Oh yeah, so let's end this mission and take a quick look at the items we have received here from the enemy. So this was nearly a little bit too hard, especially what it took time-wise. Anyhow, the cultist defenders were wiped out before the general arrived to the site. A great deal of rage and frustration was observed. The military effort is safe from the general's reckless heroics. One crisis averted, several more arose. The situation is even more desperate than before. The cultists have employed sappers. Oh, success level very low. Sappers and mined a section of the perimeter. The explosion wiped out a swathe of troops and many cultist assaulters as well. A forward combat outpost at a remote location has fallen silent. Deploy to the outpost and investigate. And that, guys, right now. Whoa, what the hell? Consume 10,000 points of class resort cruiser. Oh, good lord. Self modification 2+ for every 10 missing class resource when a class resource is 0. Okay, guys, that right now brings us to the end of this episode. And you know it, I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bye.